So first and foremost, I'd like to welcome in the new year to all of you that are joining us here today for today's presentation. And let me see here. The exciting part for me today is this is the first webinar that we kind of kicked off for ARC in the year 2024, and we wanted to do something special, something unorthodox, and something that we've been kind of toying with and kind of planning for a very long time. As many of you guys know, there's some big expansions coming with the entire ecosystem of NeuroStreet and ARC and the acquisition of TickBlaze. And the whole purpose of today's webinar is to give you guys something that is unprecedented, be able to open up a new area of opportunity and save you guys a whackload of money. I think that's a major pillar in today's presentation. One of the big things I'm going to be doing here today is we're going to be doing things a bit different. So I ask that you guys just be a little bit patient with how this webinar kind of unfolds, mainly because I really want to kind of understand you and understand where you're at, what your actual struggles are, and then basically what you guys are looking to accomplish so that basically we can solve those problems, right? Whackload. Yeah. Fred says it's a whackload of, yeah, we call it, it's a Canadian thing, it's a Canadian thing, Fred. So bear with me. So we are recording the webinar and we will go over questions at the end of the event. If I don't get to them during the presentation, Jim and Ashley can respond as I don't have access to the chat full time as I'm looking at the one monitor. So if you guys need anything, just save them to the end, because the main goal here is that we address them periodically and we can cater to everybody, because everybody's in different levels of experience, right? Not everybody's an advanced trader. Some are intermediate, some are just getting started. So we've put this presentation together to be able to cater to everybody. And I can promise you, you won't be disappointed. This is not a normal webinar. This has never been done before. This is a webinar that has been planned for months. And we've wanted to really kind of kick off 2024 with a bang. So the title is Stop Second Guessing Your Trades. The reason people second guess their trades is because you're not consistent and you don't trust what you're doing. And everybody got into this business to make a lot of money, not a little bit of money, but a lot of money. And the only way you can actually do that is when you feel that you've reached an environmental stepping stone in your business that gives you that inner comfort to say, you know what, I can start scaling, right? And what does it mean to scale? It means to really add size to your trading, to leverage up more accounts if you're a prop trader, to trade bigger positions, or just start to finally feel like, you know what, I did it. Right. Like you put in all the time, the hours, the years, the days, the months, they all string together into, your journey. But we want that to happen now. And the problem is that, the problem that I've seen with everybody that has come through our doors in this industry, and we're privileged to be one of the larger vendors in the business, is that everybody spends so much damn money on software and courses and mentorships, but they never actually scale their business. Can anybody relate with that? Like, before we get into everything, can you just tell me if I'm striking a heart chord with you? How many of you guys have felt that you guys spend a shit ton of money, but you haven't gotten to where you need to be yet? And the reason I know this is because I've been there. How many of you guys feel like that? Just this is not a normal webinar, so I'm going to kind of get right into getting to know some of you. Maybe I've had conversations with a lot of you guys. Some of you are new. Yeah, Paul said I spent over $200K already. $200,000. That's a freaking house. That's a down. That's a cash flow property, right? So my team, Ashley, Jim, and I, and everyone else, God bless the hard work of our team. We sat down and we said, how do we change ARC so that we can help everybody forever, so that everybody saves so much money, and then you can focus on your business and your learning versus buying new things all the time, right? And that's what today's presentation is about, is giving you a new solution that is going to be a solution for your business as well as your trading career. So are you guys excited? Give me a yes that this kind of resonates to something new for a change, right? I want to make sure that you guys are kind of with me here as we kick this off. This is going to be exciting. So I need to cover a quick disclaimer just quickly. If you can just do me a favor and just all type of Y in the chat box that you agree to the risk disclaimer here so that we can move forward. I want to make sure that everybody's a professional. I'm not here to guarantee you results. If I had Aladdin's lamp and I could run the genie, I'd give it to you, but I'm not legally allowed to according to the CFTC and the SEC. So just accept the risks in trading and let's move on. So I don't like kind of trying to pin something to somebody, right? Like everybody's kind of different, right? Like, if I was doing a big presentation in a stadium in front of hundreds of people, it's the same as doing a big webinar like this. But if I was sitting down next to you and then 5 minutes later I sat down beside somebody else and then 5 minutes later I sat down beside somebody else, everybody's gonna tell me a different story, right? Different journey, different experience. But one thing that kind of brings us all together when it comes to trading, everybody wants the same thing. Like it doesn't matter who you are, what you want is going to be the same thing. So rather than sit here and kind of break all of this down, take a second, look at the slide, and tell me, can you relate with this? Is your goals on this slide right now? Just take a look at it. Yes? Anybody here got goals that are on this document right here? Like, see a lot of yeses. All of them? Yeah. Paul says all of them, few of them, yeah. Robert says yes. Jack, oh yeah. Exactly. Maybe not all of them, maybe some of them. Most of you are going to want all of them, right? The goals, and yeah, it looks like your vision board, Neon says. Looks like my vision board. The fact that you have a vision board tells me that you're 10 steps ahead of many, right? Exactly, Fred. You find you're getting yourself empty promises from all these software vendors and self-proclaimed gurus and YouTube influencers, and everybody's got the next hot sizzle, right? But let's just kind of regress a little bit here. Everybody's goals are going to be the same. Maybe some of you are further along the lines in some of these than others, depending on your life cycle and your education, your journey. But we all want the same things here. So if I know what your goals are, which I do know your goals are because I've been working with traders for over a decade, and I've built everything under the sun in terms of software and systems on every platform in the business, right? I just know that you all want this. So what we did was in order for us to fix this and to give you this or to help you get this, we need to break down independently where each of you are at. Okay. So I'm going to go through some problems, and some of them may be your problem and some of them may not be your problem. So just bear with me. If you are struggling with this problem, you will relate with it. And if you are not struggling with that problem, I assure you, as the next slides progress, you will struggle with some of them. I guarantee you that. So just bear with me as we go through the next several slides, and we're going to address some things here today. So the first problem that we find in this industry, especially in the software business for traders, it's a major part of the industry. Like I would say that 80% of traders that I've ever met are using at least some form of indicators or strategies or signal provisions or anything of the nature, right? But a lot of traders that I've spoken to and that we work with have come to us and said, I bought a lot of stuff, but they don't work the way that they were intended. And a lot of people say, like, I bought these indicators or I bought these strategies, but they don't have an edge. How many of you guys feel that? How many of you guys feel that you've bought software, but they don't live up to what you thought they were going to do? Okay. Some of you, yeah, exactly. So one thing that I can tell you just coming right out the gates is that ARC and our development has been kind of coined as the gold standard of innovation, right? And this isn't to do with strategies. This has nothing to do with the signal or the performance or the trading, the setup. The indicators themselves, the actual software and the solutions, the tool sets are world-class. And we know that because we've helped thousands of traders with our software on 5 global trading platforms. And the reason for that is we're just one of the best in the business when it comes to software and indicators, right? And we won't get into all the different features and all of the different functions of software today, but I can tell you right now that it's going to be hard pressed to kind of beat us at innovation, which is something that it's our business model, it's our business, it's our vision, it's our value system as a company. So as a solution, we can promise you this, that if you're going to use our indicators, all of them, that you will not get better software. That is a guarantee. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the best in the business. I'm just saying I'm the best at indicators. When it comes to software, we pioneer the space. We do things that others can't do or haven't been able to do successfully, or they've tried, but they never get to where we've been. And we've been one of the foundational core pillars of that in the development of order flow and volume and profiling tool sets and just the innovation of sound and arbitrage and just all the different functions. I can tell you this, that you're in the right place if you're looking at using top tier tools. Now, let's kind of shift here for a second. Maybe that's never been your problem, or maybe it has, and let's talk about something else. A lot of people, this is the biggest problem. Tired of buying new indicators. How many of you guys have felt that you spent way too much money on the shiny objects all the time? They get exciting. You see something that you want, or you see a bunch of things that you want, but you just kind of buy on impulse. How many of you guys feel that you're tired of buying new indicators? Give me a yes or a no. That's you, RC. Anybody here, you feel that? Like think about it for a second. Like, when's the last time you left the day and you bought a bunch of software? Yeah, with Sean with the crystal ball. Exactly. Lars is one of them. Yeah. Sean, Donald, yes. Neon says yes. Okay. Well, today is going to be a pioneer for new ground. We are breaking new territory when it comes to the indicator side of the business. And that through careful consideration and through a ton of traders and a ton of requests, and just looking at the direction we're taking with the platform, and then basically the direction of our company ecosystem, we have built a Netflix model when it comes to indicators. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be breaking down an all-inclusive solution and basically looking at, a new direction for you so that you don't have to ever do that anymore. You don't have to keep buying new indicators. We're going to be going over basic indicators, intermediate indicators, advanced indicators. We're going to look at different methodologies and strategies that come with these indicators. We're going to basically be able to provide you with a solution that is a low cost, all-inclusive price point that basically gives you everything you can possibly imagine for a very, very low fee, that if you were to compare us to everything that's available in this space, there is no comparison. There isn't. So you can't put us in the same category with what we're about to do. So just bear with me as we get to the end of the presentation. So I'm going to solve that problem forever for you. And when I mean forever, I mean forever. It's not just today. It's going to be ongoing, and it's going to give you something to be excited about. Okay. How many of you guys are with me? Give me a yes. How many of you guys think that sounds like, okay, finally a breath of fresh air? So, okay, I can promise you this. It'll be something that everybody's going to be, Fred, gotta like the Fred guys. Yeah. Excellent, Wanda. Adrian says yes. Cameron says yes. Sounds good, Lars. Okay. So let's go through this. Indicators can be very expensive. It's not just about tired of buying new ones. It's sometimes you're forced to buy things, not because you want to, but because you want to trade different strategies. You might want to be a volume trader for a while, and then you want to go in and use order flow. Then all of a sudden you start studying market geometry. Then you start looking at momentum and divergence. It's not that you're hopping from strategy to strategy. This is the evolution and the direction of a trader development. Like if you were to rewind back to the first day of you trading, and you started learning price action. Maybe you started with supply and demand, and then you moved into volume the next year, and then you moved into order flow the next year. It's not that one was wrong or the other was right. It's that your learning is expanding. You're growing as an individual in this business. It's like going to university. You don't just stop with one course in one semester. And the problem with this business is that that can be very expensive over time. We know because we're on the other side of it, building the software, and we sell it to traders, right? So that's in our business, that's our business model. But in the long scheme, for you as a trader, I can promise you this, that over the year, this year in 2024, there will be many of you, and I can guarantee this, many of you will want to study many different concepts that you haven't learned or that you want to expand on. And you want to basically expand on the expansion of learning, the expansion of adding to your strategies, and et cetera, right? How many of you guys can relate with that? Like maybe you've got some experience in areas of trading that you've already mastered, but then you're like, okay, I want to learn this now, and I want to expand on that now. The problem is then you go to these indicator vendors and you say, well, do you have a free trial for this? Do you have the ability for me to test drive that? I want to see it in action, right? Everybody says these things. We know that. And the reason you're saying these things is because the costs are adding up. And you're like, well, how do I get access to all of those other ways of trading and learn it and use those indicators and study those strategies? But you're trying to save and not break the bank, but you still want to be able to learn in advance as a trader. So we've built over 55 indicators, okay, plus more in the arsenal of it. But I mean 55 like cutting edge tools, okay? And we've put them together in this documented list because these are a category list. This is not just an indicator list. This is all the different categories that our software has been built on: arbitrage, auction theory, breakouts, patterns, correlation, bar types, CWAPs, VWAPs, data integrity, Fibonacci, fractals, gaps, harmonics, volume profile, market profile, micro volume, mean reversion. These are all the different areas in which we've built software applications for and indicators. And I can guarantee you a lot of you have never even had a chance to even go into learning some of these things that could make or break your business and change the trajectory of you being a profitable trader for the rest of your life. But the problem is, which one do you choose? How do you pick one out of this? How do you choose which one is better? And then you come to a webinar and then you listen to guys like me and Jim and all the other professional traders try to tell you, well, this is a great approach and this is a great way to do things. And then you start doubting us because one way is good today and one way is good tomorrow. And then you're like, well, which one do I choose? It's not that you shouldn't choose one. It's not picking one or the other. You should learn all of it, in my experience. It makes you a better trader. You become the best. It's like a doctor doesn't just stop at being a good doctor, right? And so what we've done is we've put it together into a program and a package that it's all inclusive. You don't need to pick and choose which strategy or which style of trading you want to embark on. So stick with me because I can promise you this is where it gets exciting. Okay. Now, one of the things that I found, and it depends on your guys' experience, and these are things that we've related with a lot of traders, is that not everybody is just got a whole lot of time during the day, and not everybody is super experienced on computers or really good with new technology and stuff. How many of you guys feel that you get frustrated when you buy a tool or you buy an indicator, but you can't get in touch with the teams, the support teams? Nobody's there to help you install it, get it up and running, or you have, something that you need assistance, right? Anybody here ever felt that way where you've bought things and you just can't get the help you need when you need it, or you're trying to figure things out? Maybe a NinjaTrader has a problem or the indicator has a problem, and all of a sudden after you sell it, you buy it, all of a sudden all you hear is crickets, right? Yeah, please call back during business hours. Yeah, then they turn into the shadows, right? So the reason we are who we are is because we have dedicated teams that provide white glove service to all of our users. Why? Because we understand that technology comes with a gap of experience. And so we believe in immediate communication. If you look, we have a 4+ rating on Trustpilot in the business, and 50% of that has to do to support. We believe in support drives good product. We believe support drives good retention. We also believe that support is the backbone of any successful company. So when you use the software that we're going to present to you today, we are here for you. Meaning we will install it with you. We will install all of it with you. All 55 plus indicators and tools that you're going to use on your computer and whatever computer you're using, we will meet with you and we'll do remote installation for you. And if you need someone the next week after that, we'll be there for you to do it then too. Or if you need to uninstall something and reinstall it on your laptop, we'll be there to do that too. And you just need to book a time with us, and we have an open door policy. So you don't need to worry about using tools from us and then gone in the wind, so to speak, happens. It's like you got crickets in the background, right? Where do these guys go, right? So we believe in that, and we want to make sure that you leave here feeling like, we are a partner in your business with you, so to speak. Now, let's kind of transition over to strategies for a second, right? Because a lot of people don't believe in their ability to make money, and that all hinges on strategy. Once the strategy is good, then it hinges on the trader. But I believe that you need to have a good strategy before the trader develops into becoming a good trader, because the strategy is what the trader relies on. So the key here is that when you're using just one method, it may not be what's the best method all the time. Like there's range days, there's trending days, there's breakouts, there's mean reversion environments, and so what ends up happening is that the what, the when, the how, and the why kick in is like, well, when do I use trend strategies? Or how do I use a range system? Or why should I trade reversals? And the reason this is happening is most people get confused on the bigger picture, and then they get chopped around on the smaller time frames. Okay. And this is just the struggles of every trader. It's not just one trader is special because you had a good day or you had a bad day. It's like, this is the business. And so one of the things that we've done with a large majority of all of our top tier intermediate to advanced indicators that we've built is that we've built strategy cheat sheets with step-by-step rules and trading plans for the indicators. Not every indicator, because not every indicator requires a cheat sheet, but all the ones that are the main functions of core systems, we've built strategies around with exact setups, images, details, and everything is plug and play. Where essentially, if you're using the tool, you go into the download section and you'll be able to download the resources, the workspaces, the cheat sheet, the images, the webinar screenshots, everything that has been done to provide strategy training. And this will be a problem solution for you because we've built it. And you don't have to question what tool does what for what reason, right? We know when to use trend systems, and we know when to use range systems and breakout systems and reversal systems, because we built the tools around that way of trading. And then ultimately, you just need to use the tool sheets that we've put together for you. Okay. It's plug and play. You don't have to go and reinvent the wheel. Now, that may or may not solve your problem, because not everybody likes to learn on visuals, right? Some people get overwhelmed with documents and cheat sheets and trading plans. Sometimes you might be a good reader, but it doesn't sink in. And, maybe you learn well through visual learning, but a lot of people are audio learning, or they like to see things done via video, right? How many of you guys like learning with documents, but then ultimately like to also learn with video? Give me a yes if you like video, or if you like both, right? It's not one size fits all. It's sometimes people like to read, they like to learn and absorb it, and then they like to see it in action. So over the years, we've done countless training sessions on all of the 55 plus tools. And when I mean countless, I mean 7 years of webinars and AMAs and training sessions. And the learning curve for this, the development around this, is that normally we've seen the best results of the strategies broken down in these training sessions, right? We'll take the documentation, we'll take the webinars, we'll take the deep dives, and then we'll do it in a video, right? So we've put together this solution so that you have the best of both. You don't have to rely on just, visual training on a document or a user training doc or a strategy cheat sheet. You can rely on the video as well. So this is something that we put together as a resource for you as well. Okay. Now, how many of you guys have ever felt like this guy on the ladder, right? You go to IKEA, you buy a dresser, right? And it comes with this user documentation, right? That nobody understands, written in 15 different languages, right? Well, the reality is that most people don't know how to use the tools properly, right? You get these really sexy order flow software, or this really great volume tool set, or you get this really cool supply and demand indicator, or this new trend line brake system, or the signal generator. But we never keep things simple, right? We overcomplicate things. Sometimes we don't know what this setting does, or this function does, or what do I do with these tool settings, right? And then you go into the abyss of learning, and you get overloaded with features. You get overloaded with all the bells and whistles, like stepping into a brand new BMW and all these flashing lights are there, and the air conditioning and the dry, the steering wheel's got all these new buttons, and all you want to do is just turn on the radio and drive. And so one of the things that we are known for is having the best user documentation in the business. How many of you guys have used at least some of our software, one or two of our indicators? And you've seen some of the user manuals that we've put out, the training guides on these documents. The reason we are very proud of this is because we understand the other companies in the business that provide solutions in trading, and we've never seen that. We've never seen documentation like we've built. And the reason we are very good at it is because we also understand that if you're going to invest in using software to trade on your bank accounts, then you better understand the tools and what they're designed to do. So we put step-by-step documentation together, and we've got images, text, examples, written documents, stuff. But if you still need help on the training, if you still need resources, our support team and our R&D team will gladly help you in anything that you need. And that way you can become a master of your craft, right? How many of you guys feel that once you understand the tool, it's so much easier to be efficient with it in live markets? Can you guys give me a yes that, sometimes once you get over that learning curve, that once you understand the tool set, it becomes really comfortable for you, right? Well, you're only going to understand the tool set if it's explained to you in a very good way. It has to be explained to you in a good way. If it's not explained to you in a good way, well, then how the hell can anyone use anything, of course, right? So the last thing I want to talk about here is strategy. Okay. If you're not sure on how to trade something, okay, and if you are somebody that, okay, you've gone through training documents, okay, and you understand the features, and you understand, the type of strategy that is meant for, like if you're a reversal trader or a trend trader or a volume trader, etc. Some people find that they buy the indicators and they don't have a strategy, or they don't know what the strategy is for those indicators. How many of you guys ever felt that? Right, where you get a tool and you get it and you've installed it, but you're like, what's the best way to use this software, right? Well, what we've done is we've basically designed every single software indicator that we've built, and we put it together in a way that it's designed for specific trading systems in mind. So if you're using certain tools, we can tell you which tools are for reversals, which tools are for trends, which tools are for order flow and breakouts, which ones are for scalping, which ones are for swing trading, which ones are for mean reversion, which ones should be coupled together, right? And you don't need to be back testing algos for this, because not everything is about automated trading. These are all meant for specific functions. These are indicators that are designed for specific reasons. And so we've put together the strategy environments so that each of the trading tools that are built and used, the documentation comes with the strategy functions inside of the user training, right? So this is a list of every single indicator that we've built in ARC. These are not algos. These are indicators. Okay, so we've got the trap finder, the easy algo, the SD volume systems, the golden fibs, the VMDs, the print profiler, the auction curve, the macro profile, VPC levels, frequencies, target finder, cycle forecaster, volume spread analysis. We've got candlestick patterns, auto chart patterns, anchored volume, trend trading break signals. We've got tape trading and tape readers, multi-time frame divergence software, volume spread arbitrage, uni zones and order blocks, risk and rewarding drawing tools. We got line alerts and money flow index with custom settings. We got rollover guides. We've got pip converters for Forex traders. We've got custom draw tools, smart money concepts, Elliott wave, market mapper, right? We've got leaders and laggers for market correlation. We've got ATR forecasting tools, VWAPs, multi-time frame VWAPs, right? We've got stop finders and higher time frame average filters. We've got bar type, custom bar type functions. I could go down this list. I mean, it's extensive. And this is the actual names of the software, where in the prior slide, I was telling you that these are categories. Every one of these indicators are belonging to a specific category of trading. And this is where, if you're going to become a master of disaster when it comes to trading, if you were to learn these tools and understand how to put them to use in your business, maybe not all in one day, but throughout the course of this year and next year, and maybe the next 3 to 5 years, what if you never had to keep buying all these tools and then the ones that are developed in the future? What if you were never having to buy new indicators? Let's say you started with 3 or 5 strategy concepts, and then next week or next month, you wanted to throw a couple more in there. And what if you never had to keep paying for those things, but you just had access to it always? That's the whole purpose today. Okay. It sounds like a breath of fresh air, Fred. Well, let me tell you, it cost me over $6 million in the last 6 to 7 years to build everything here on this list. Between the teams, the staff, the payroll, the development time, the R&D, the outside development companies that work, it's cost me over $6 million US to build this in this industry. So I know a few things about what traders want when it comes to building software. And I can tell you this, that when it comes to the best of the best, we've got you covered. Okay. So what I'm going to do, okay, is give you a quick snapshot. I couldn't take a picture of all of them. I literally couldn't. Like, this is like one of them. Like, this is maybe 1/3 of the tools. I can't even do justice by trying to fit them all onto a screen, but I did it kind of as a joke here, because what if you could have all of these tools for the price of one of them? If you went to another indicator vendor and you were to buy 2 or 3 of their indicators, right? And you pay a couple $100 per indicator, right? And next thing you know, you got these 3 or 4 indicators, and maybe you spent $1,000 or so, right? But you got 3 indicators, right? But then you got 3 weeks passes, then a month passes, and you're like, well, what about this next tool? Well, what about these tools? These are looking really good over here. What next thing you know, you're like, well, I got to keep buying that. That's where I keep going back to making change and pioneering new ground. We're going to be able to provide you a solution for everything you want, everything you need, all for one annual environment subscription cost on an annual basis. And you won't have to buy anything ever again. I can promise you that. The amount of stuff that is in here will change your business and change the trajectory of your trading career forever. So what we're going to do is I'm going to basically break down the pricing. I'm going to explain how this works. And then I'm going to go over the bonuses that we've added to be able to kind of go into things here. I'm going to show you a few things. And let me just talk about this. So the retail value for us to basically sell each of these indicators on the website on ARC is around 22,000. If you add them up and you wanted to buy all of them, it's about 22 grand. Like, that's a lot of money. How many of you guys think that $22,000, and this isn't even the full retail price, this was like the average price of all the discounts that we added up. How many of you guys would think, like how many of you guys have 20 grand to do this? Not, it's expensive, right? So we normally would discount all this down, right, to basically be about 5 grand, right? And it's not pocket change, right? We've discounted this down even more to $24.90 for the entire year. But this is not the end of the presentation. Let me just explain this. This is like halfway through this, okay? I want to break down all the other bonuses that come with this, okay? And then what you can do is you can basically kind of gauge the value for you and decide if this is the right direction for you for the next, several months and several years of your life in terms of trading. So let me just go over the bonuses. Okay. So the first one is that everybody that decides to do this is going to be also given an extra $500 coupon to be used in the ecosystems of our company. So on top of you getting all the software and all the extra bonuses that are coming, you're also going to be given an extra $500. It's like liquid cash. You can use it for anything across all of our company ecosystem: NeuroStreet, CryptoStreet, ARC, whatever you want, algos, you name it. Okay. Now, we will install everything for you. Okay. We will do everything for you forever, which means as many times as you need us to get on your computer, as many times as you need someone to hold your hand through installations and uninstallations and setup and tech installs, and whatever it is you need, we give it to you for free. For someone to do that's a lot, right? That's a lot of like time. I have to pay people to be there on standby to answer your emails and to log on your computers and do all the installation and do all that. We will always do that. Remote support ongoing for you in helping you run your business. Okay. Now, we've built workspaces for you. Okay. Workspaces for all the different indicators and all the primary tools that are used. Not every indicator needs a workspace, but a lot of the ones that do have workspaces in them. The amount of time that it takes Jim, me, and Gilbert and Roy and all the other educators that used to work in my environments and all the workspace that we've built and everything that we've done, this takes evenings and weekends. Literally, how many of you guys have spent time building workspaces? If you know how long it takes to build a workspace, setting all the colors up, setting all the functions up, setting all the default features up, all the different settings, and then saving, it takes hours on hours and hours of time. We've built tons of them for each of the indicators, and we have them for you pre-built. You get them for free, right? The amount of days and weeks it took for us to build that across 55 products is crazy. Okay. Now, all of the cheat sheets and strategy plans, these were built for all of the AMAs and the deep dive strategies on different systems. Okay. This takes weeks to build this out. These are trading plans that have been built by rules and back testing for all of the different indicators that are put together that require them, right? Whether you're using uni zones or divergence or anchored volume, you name it. And we've built these for the tools. This is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. You get this absolutely free. Okay. All of the videos, we have years of video training that we put together. Ashley's putting together a Google Doc, I believe, and she's putting all the links for everybody to have access to all of the AMA training in one resource for you, so you can go through everything. And essentially, you'll have access to all the video training on top of the strategy cheat sheets. Imagine it's like having a private membership area of all the different video AMAs that we've done over the years, with all of the deep dives and all of the training and all the strategies and all the cheat sheets in live video and AMAs for you. Absolutely free. You don't got to pay for it. Okay. And then all of the user documentation that comes with the software. So I could give you 5 companies right now. I won't list them out. I don't believe in that. I just know the difference in value that we bring. I can give you 5 of the biggest indicator vendors in the business. I know that because when you're at the top, it's a quiet place. And I can tell you right now that none of them provide documentation at all. That they don't even have user documentation. Like, you just buy the indicators and you just install them. Like, this is like business plans for each indicator. And let me tell you this, like, these are, if you can find me documentation in the business on software that is done better than us, I will send you coupons. I will buy them off of you because it doesn't happen. Okay. These are worth thousands and thousands of dollars. You get this absolutely free. Okay. Now, let's go to the next one. The indicators that are strategy focused. Okay. All of the indicators that are built for strategy development and built for trade rooms and system development, these are essentially the premium section of the software. We have about 1/3 of them are on the premium side, which are ultimately strategy focused, that are built for strategy integration. You are going to get those all as just having access to the software. And, you know, most people, like if you go to buy a system from a trading program, or if you go to a vendor and they say, well, join our trading room and you get access to these 2 or 3 indicators, you can come into our classroom, and they're going to charge you $5,000 for like 2 or 3 pieces of software, a couple of videos, you know, time in their trading room, and, you know, that's it. We give you 55 indicators, and every one of them that has strategy integration has cheat sheets and ultimately trading plans for each of them. And you actually get the strategies that were built for each of the software systems for free. Like, you don't got to pay for this. This is an added bonus that comes into the package. Okay. So once again, like, these are things that we could be charging for and packaging in and opening up classrooms. You're getting them absolutely free. Okay. And there's a reason for this. We're going to talk about that at the end. Okay. Plus, you get it on multiple computers. And unlike other vendors that are going to charge you for extra licenses, just if your computer goes down, or if you buy a new computer, you want to swap your license, you can run 2 active units at any given time. If you need to swap, you can swap. You can let us know and we'll do a reinstallation. You can email our support. We'll log on your computer. We'll do a swap with you and we'll do everything up, but it's not going to cost you any money. Like, a lot of companies, and you buy resource. I know this. I mean, I just bought video screen software for filming videos, and I'm on an annual license with that company. And I contacted them. I said, well, I bought a laptop. I want to get access to my, oh no, you need to buy another license. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. This is exactly what we don't do, and we can give value back to our customers. That's priceless, because we could be charging for computer licenses ongoing. If you run a business or you have multiple computers, we could be charging you more and more and more, and we just don't do that. So you let us know what computers you need to use, and we'll swap you out and we'll get you set up. Okay. So if we were to bring all this together, okay, there's nothing more that's more important than this. So how many of you guys like no risk to you? So I'm going to go over this slide. There's going to be a lot of questions on this slide. But what if I told you have no risk today? If you decide to purchase this and I can take away all the risk from you, what would you say to that? Right? If we had a guarantee that would de-risk your purchase, would that not make it better for you to want to move forward? Most people would say, well, that's crazy, right? Speaks of your confidence. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the guarantee that we offer, okay? We've decided that not only are we going to give you all of this included into a package price, and we haven't even given you the discount yet, but on top of that, we're going to give you a satisfaction guarantee that's never been done before in the business when it comes to something like this. Like, this is insane. It's in the first 90 days, within 90 days, okay, of your subscription, okay, is that if you have used all the software, okay, meaning you've test driven 55 indicators, right, in 90 days, and you've had a chance to read all the documents and watch all the videos, and after looking at all the cheat sheets and the strategies, if after all that you are still not completely satisfied and you are like, you know what, this just ain't for me, we will give you a full credit to be used or transferred across anything in our ecosystem. You could use it for algos. You could bring them over to algos. No, the algos are outside of this, Mason. Algos are independent from this. These are all the indicators. Yeah. So if you wanted to, you could use them for all of the algos. You could do a swap for algos. If after 90 days, if the credit wanted to be used, you could do that. Here's the kicker. Let's say you, after 90 days, you're saying, you know what, Sean, all these indicators are great. I really love using them, but I'm still struggling as a trader. I need help. I need a trading room, or I need a coach. I need a community. I need mentors. We will let you use the credit for NeuroStreet. But here's the cool part about NeuroStreet, right? NeuroStreet comes with all the indicators. When you buy a package at NeuroStreet, it's worth over $5,000. We've integrated all the indicators into NeuroStreet. And so even after 90 days, if you said, you know what, Sean, I can't get this on my own. I'm struggling over here in my own little office and I want to do this by myself, but I guess maybe I need a trading room and I need spoiler alert. Yeah. If after trying to do things on your own, because most people don't want to buy these expensive packages. They don't want to buy a $5,000 program. They just want to kind of do things on their own, use indicators. We get that. Not everybody wants to go in and invest in themselves right away in those education packages. You could use it towards NeuroStreet and you don't even lose all the software. It's coming, Paul. Don't worry. We'll get you. We'll go over that on Thursday. Yeah, we'll go over that on Thursday. Yeah, and you can also use it for CryptoStreet for the passive income and the trading. So we are trying to show you that we're here to stand behind our offer, so that you know that it's not just about selling you something. Like, we're putting money where our mouth is here on this, and that we've got your back every step of the way. Now, nobody, and I mean nobody, will do that in terms of the amount of tools that you're getting for what we're doing. So let me go over all the bonuses here. Let me just make sure you understand the bonuses, and that way you can see the value on that. Okay, so if you were to tack up all the bonuses, you're looking at about 25K worth of bonuses that you get on top of that. So you look at the white glove installations, the $500 credit that you get just for cash spending, all the workspaces, all the strategy cheat sheets, the video training AMA documents, the documentation for all the software, all of the computers that you can install it on, the proven strategy guides and the trade plans, as well as any additional algos. Let me talk about the bonuses on algos. Anybody that decides to do this, we will give you discounts on all purchases of algos in the future. So if you decide to buy any automated systems, which are outside of this package, you will get access to discounts. You just need to reach out to Ashley and Jim on the team, and they will hook you up. But everybody that gets this will get extra bonuses on that. It's just kind of an extra gift that we're throwing in there that's over and above. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically show you what that looks like in its all. So if you were to add this up and you were to look at bringing this all together, you get all of the software, which is worth over 22 grand, all the indicators, and that's not the full retail value, that's the discounted value. And then you add up all the bonuses. It's outside of most people's price range. Now, I know a lot of people that have spent 25 to 50K on software. I mean, I asked the poll earlier today, and a lot of people spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on programs and all that. And we're going to give this to you for almost 90% off. So this is better than Black Friday. This is better than anything you've ever seen. Okay. You pay $24.90 a year. It's like a write-off for your business, and you get access to the entire ARC library of software of indicators for a very low annual subscription. And that's essentially 90% off of everything in the business. We wanted to do this because everybody gets excited for Black Friday, 50, 60, 75% off. This blows Black Friday out of the water. Like, nobody comes close to this by a landslide. And, we had some conversations with some of the other bigger vendors that run indicators and packages, and they looked at me and they said, "You're crazy." I said, "Yeah, but we just bought a platform and we're opening up a funding company, and we're trying to give more value to all of the traders so they can make more money and spend less." And that was kind of the business decision around this, guys, is that we're moving into a much bigger direction in the industry than just indicators and algorithms. And in order for us to give back to the value in the community, we wanted to make sure that we could pass those savings on to you guys as we start transitioning into a much bigger expansion for the ecosystem. And so, if you can add up 55 indicators plus all of the benefits on this, you're looking at close to 50 grand. Take 90% off, that's $24.90 a year. And you'll never need to buy another indicator in the business because we've got you covered. So, that's kind of the grand slam, the big finale, the holy shit moment, right? And I know a lot of people have questions. A couple things to mention here is that this isn't forever. We've only done this we've never done this, but we're only going to be able to do this a handful of times at very selected moments. And the reason we're only doing this for a certain amount of people is because ultimately it takes a lot of time for us to do the installs. I only have so many people on my staff to be able to offer the white glove service and offer the solutions that you have that require that. So, make sure that you take advantage of this while it's available, because these things, this isn't some sales tactic. This is a resource reality. I only have so many people on my team. And if we're going to be able to provide those types of services to you guys, we need to be able to help you out. So, I mean, at that point, guys, I'll put this up here for you guys to look at. This is the kind of the final aspect. And, you know, I'm going to open it up for questions. I'm going to get Jim to post things in the chat box for us. And, you know, I want to thank everybody for giving me the opportunity to kind of open 2024 with a huge bang, right? And, yeah, I mean, you guys, the floor is yours. I mean, this is for our way of kicking 2024 out, you know, for us to start kind of bringing in the new year, giving you the biggest savings you can possibly have going into, you know, this new year of you as a trader. And did you guys get anything out of that presentation? I know some of you were, you know, waiting to the end to kind of get to the pricing and all that, but I'm going to turn over questions. Hey, Gene, no problem. Thanks, Rao.
I think we've got most of the questions up to date so far, Sean. So
Okay.
if anybody has any additional questions, go ahead and type them in the chat box. The link is in the chat box for you, so you can go right there. It's already discounted, ready to go, rock and roll.
Yep.
And I think we have some polls,
Oh,
right?
yes. Yes.
How to do that. So let's go ahead and run those. So
Yeah. So let me go in here and pull this poll here. So we always like to do something extreme. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away a free annual subscription to one lucky attendee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch this poll, and let me know if you're feeling Lady Luck on your side, because one of you are going to be one of you are going to get it. One of you guys are going to win that annual subscription for the year, and hopefully Lady Luck is on your side, right? And we'll you know, we'll gladly help you.
Hey, Sean, just jumping in here that
Sure.
with the draw, it will be announced after the webinar and in an email. We'll email it out. We'll also put it in the Discord too, just so that everybody is aware. And it is a 1-year membership that is being given away.
Great. Great. Yeah, so Carrie's saying, is there an obligation for the amount of time for the subscription? It's yeah, there's a 90-day threshold for the guarantee, and yeah, no problem, Georgie. Yeah, you have the 90-day threshold for the credit. Yeah, so you can do a love it or swap it guarantee for the ecosystem of equal or lesser value. Yep. Remember, this is an investment into your future of this year's savings. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys would, you know, most people are going to buy 3 to 4 products a year. We know that because we sell indicators and software to traders globally. And basically the reality is that most people are going to spend on average about $400 to $700 per product, unless you're buying a very low tier product like $200 or $300. But even if you add that up, right, 3-4 mid tier indicators at $300 to $500 a pop, you're looking at $1,500 for 3 indicators, 4 indicators. Sure, you own them, but what if in a month from now or 2 months from now you don't want them anymore, you don't like them, or you want to basically go and learn 15 other ways, or you want to use order flow or volume or all the other stuff? Well, now you got to go and buy more software. So this is a solution. This is how Netflix changed the business. And this is why what we're doing is changing the space. And so we're doing this now because we are moving into the direction of opening up TickBlaze as a platform and NeuroStreet funding for the prop arm this year. And we want to be able to make sure that you guys have the best of the best solution for trading, savings, and ongoing usage of the tool sets, right? So yeah, great. You can contact Ashley Oswald. Yeah, just contact Ashley and Jim personally. So most of you guys have already filled out the poll. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end that poll, and we have another one here as well. So let's take a look here. Let's run the other poll. Any purchase questions or anything specific to past purchases and stuff like that, I'm going to redirect them to Ashley. She's got your back on that. Okay. The winner will be announced after today's event. And if you, let's say you purchased and you are pulled as a winner, we will credit you. We've credited 2 people in the past, I believe, because they were drawn. And I can promise you that yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a poll here, guys, and no worries, Lars. Yeah, just contact us. You can purchase through Ashley when that happens. Yeah, it's not a problem. Yeah. So I'm going to run a poll here, guys. Yeah. So here's a couple questions here. What if I want a lifetime option? Just buy the indicators one at a time then. Yeah, we've ultimately if you want access to everything, right? If you want access to everything, that's the annual subscription. If you want a certain product and you only want one or two and you want it for life, then just buy them. Yeah, we have not removed the one-time purchase option, but it's for a one-time, one product at a time. So if you want an a la carte solution and you say, you know what, Sean, this is great, but I only really want one of your tools, then just go to the website and buy one of those tools. We have not removed the option for you to buy that. But if you want access to the entire treasure chest of gems, it's the best value that you could possibly have in the business. And so this is where, you're going to want to act now because, we don't do this very often. Yeah. Maybe, Joseph, once we launch TickBlaze. Yeah, maybe down the road, but for now, algos are independent. Algos are only on a 1-per-1 basis. Yeah. There's a lot more hand-holding that goes on in the algo side for our side. Yeah. So a lot of you are saying, I'm on it, I'm buying now. Make sure you take action on that so we can basically work with you to get the installs done. We need to do that, get you up and running. I'll make sure Jim follows up with you for those of you that said, I'm buying now, and make sure we get you the purchase links if it didn't go through during the event. For those of you that have questions, Jim is going to reach out to you today and also follow up with you. And then we can, book a time to go over that with Jim and he can set you up. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I think we've hit the nail on the head. I think I was able to keep it under 1 hour. Wow, that's a gift, right? So hopefully I didn't drain your guys' energy here. I know it's great to have you guys here, but sometimes after an hour of presenting and an hour being in one spot, our brains shut down. Great. So how many of you guys understand everything? Give me a yes that everybody understands this. And for those of you that have requested callbacks, we'll get Jim to reach out to you guys and we should be good to go. Yeah, not a problem, Mason. Yeah, enjoy your day. Perfect. Happy New Year to you guys too as well, Georgie. Yeah, excellent. Perfect. All right, guys. So thanks for filling out the poll. For those of you that came in and answered that, Jim will get in touch with you and yeah, that's going to be great. Perfect. So listen, I want to thank everybody for giving me a chance to present today. I wish everybody a great start to a 2024. Hopefully everybody enjoy the holidays and let's go out with a bang. Let's start this year off right. And looking forward to serving you guys throughout the year. Stay tuned for email updates on TickBlaze and NeuroStreet funding. There's a lot of big things coming. Yeah, super excited, guys. God bless. Have a fantastic day. And we'll see you guys on the charts. Take care.